Welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Victoria Samuels. ASU football announced the hiring of their new head coach yesterday. 32-year-old Kenny Dillingham, who was the offensive coordinator at Oregon, is now the youngest coach in the Power 5 conferences. The Chaparral High School and ASU alum is excited about coming home to the Valley and believes he can foster a winning culture.
We need the Valley behind us. We need the state behind us. We need butts in seats. We need everything that this Valley has, all in. Because I am all in.
Dillingham said he will retain Sean Aguano, although his formal role has not been yet announced. Aguano has been acting as the interim head coach since week 4 of the season when the university parted ways with Herm Edwards. Both Aguano and Dillingham are focused on building relationships in the Valley and reviving the winning culture at ASU. Reports say that Dillingham has brought on 2 coaches from Idaho State. Charlie Regal, who coached Dillingham at Chaparral and gave Dillingham his start in coaching, will come on as the assistant head coach. And Vince Amy, who played for ASU from 1994 to 97, will likely work with the defensive line. Unfortunately for the Sun Devils, their season ended with a loss, not only in terms of score, but also in bragging rights. ASU traveled to Tucson for the annual Territorial Cup against Arizona, and as Cronkite News reporter Marley Zanna-Thompson reports, the intensity between 2 rivals was at an all-time high.
More than 49,000 fans filled the Arizona Stadium in Tucson for the 96th edition of the Territorial Cup. And the fur was flying early on between the Wildcats and the Sun Devils as emotions were running high. In the end, Arizona snapped a 5-game losing streak to Arizona State, hanging on to a 38-35 victory.
It was a great feeling in that locker room. Our players deserve that victory and have earned it from how hard they've worked.
Arizona had to work all the way until the end, as ASU had the ball in the final minute of the game with a chance to tie or take the lead. The Wildcats defense came away with their 5th takeaway of the day to seal the victory.
It's a rival game, and we didn't expect this to be easy. You know, we knew it was going to be a battle, so we was like, it's a 4-quarter battle, a matter of who's going to come out on top at that when the time hits 0-0. And we wanted to make sure that that was us.
Especially to win at home, you know, it feels great to get the cup back here and just, you know, for the future, it's just you got to stay here. So
just helps them see that this is how it should be here, and this is what is kind of expected with our team that we have. So it's a good win going into this offseason.
Fans flooded the field in celebration for the Wildcats, a team that finished the season with 5 wins. This was a big turnaround for a program that won only 1 game last year.
If we continue to get better, then the build should never end. It's an infinite game, and that's what we tell our team. It is an infinite game, and all we want to do is just continue to see how good we can be.
The season has come to an end for both Arizona and ASU. And for the next year, the Territorial Cup will reside in Tucson until the 2 teams battle once again. In Tucson, Marley Zanna-Thompson, Cronkite News.
High school basketball season has officially begun in the Valley, and the game has grown and gained so much attraction over the years. Cronkite News reporter Ryan Mesa has more on how the state has become a hotbed for talent.
From star high school athletes to NBA professionals, Arizona has developed a strong reputation within the basketball world.
The landscape in Arizona today, there are a lot of players who have played in the NBA. The quality of play on a high school level, the elite players, has grown big time. And it's going to continue to do that.
Top high school prospects like Cody Williams, Koa Pete, and Elijah Williams help to continue the sport's growth in Arizona. Elite national high school programs have even started traveling to the Valley for tournaments and seeing the Arizona talent firsthand.
I think they're coming. My high school team was fortunate enough to be able to play in Arizona in the Hoop Hall West last year, and so we were at Chaparral, and we got a chance to see a couple Arizona teams, and it's really a good boatload of talent out here.
There's great interest in the game. We've come a long way in our state on all levels.
As the game continues to grow in the state, the competition and attraction of Arizona hoops runs high with up-and-coming athletes. In Phoenix, Ryan Mesa, Cronkite News.
ASU hockey pulled off the highest ranked win in program history in overtime on Saturday. The Sun Devils took down number 2 Minnesota Golden Gophers 6-5. Robert Mastrosimone was the overtime hero, scoring the goal that led the Sun Devils to their first overtime win since October of last year. The game went back and forth. Minnesota took an early lead in the first, but ASU fought back, tying the game in the second and third periods. This was the first time this season Minnesota has lost a game when leading in the third period. The Sun Devils will take on number 1 University of Denver on Friday. One more note to pass along as the Suns prepare to play the Kings tonight in Sacramento. Center DeAndre Ayton was named the Western Conference Player of the Week. It is the first time he's been given this award. That's it for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Sydney.